Channel 5's Action News with Bob Howick, George McKenzie, and the Action News team.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Bob Howick.
International Airport.
Hey, Diane, thank you very much.
I understand it wasn't as bad as it could have been up in the Northeast today because of President's Day. A lot of people didn't have to go to work. Heaven help them tomorrow.
When they try to explain it to their boss why they didn't get back.
Especially the folks trying to get back, right. In some other news tonight, there are reports, impossible to confirm right now, that Chinese troops are withdrawing after a short but very bloody raid into North Vietnam. If those reports are true, it appears the Chinese do not intend to conquer and occupy all of Vietnam, but rather just teach it a lesson for invading Cambodia. Very few details are available about the conflict right now, but the Vietnamese claim to have wiped out about 3,500 Chinese soldiers during the fighting. The Chinese say their two-pronged attack penetrated 6 miles into Vietnamese territory. Of course, if you've been following the story all along, you know that diplomats have been really worried about this border war because it could turn into a much bigger conflict involving China, which backs Cambodia, and Russia, which backs Vietnam. But in an interview taped earlier tonight, correspondent Gene Pell at NBC's Moscow bureau told John Chancellor the Russians are not likely to intervene right now.
Well, their options are unlimited in that part of the area.
Correspondent Gene Pell at NBC's bureau in Moscow, that taped earlier this evening. President Carter returned from Camp David today to meet with his advisors regarding all of this and U.S. options at the moment. The president declined to talk to reporters afterward, but one unidentified source said nothing has changed in the last 24 hours. The U.S. plans not to get involved.
Well, the president also has to be thinking about it today, but no progress has been reported, George.
In Guyana, there is some confusion in the trial of Larry Layton, suspected of killing Congressman Leo Ryan and others near Jonestown last November. Yesterday, Layton reportedly agreed to plead guilty to lesser charges if prosecutors dropped a first-degree murder charge against him. But today, Layton pleaded innocent to all charges. No one's saying why the deal broke down, but it apparently caught prosecutors by surprise. The judge has now postponed the trial until next week.
And still to come on Action News, violence at the Fairgrounds Speedway may threaten future events to be held there.
And hearings began tonight that will decide whether or not a Palm Beach County teacher is fired. Those stories and more next, so please don't go away.
Frank Friedel, TV5 Action News.
Telephone customers in the Jupiter-Tequesta area have been selected to take part in testing a new kind of service that could be a real money saver. It's called Measured Local Service, a plan where the customer pays according to the number and length of phone calls. Southern Bell officials claim it could cut monthly service bills way down, and if all goes well, it should be offered statewide by 1980. Now, those in Jupiter and Tequesta who want to sign up for this new service can stop by the Southern Bell offices at 112 Seminole Avenue Wednesday from 4 to 6. However, the news isn't so good for other Southern Bell customers. The Public Service Commission is okay to rate hike for several high-growth areas. Residents of Coral Springs and Pompano Beach in Broward County will find their bills going up 30 cents a month and 80 cents for business customers. There will be similar increases in Gainesville and Ogley. There's no word on just when those rates will go into effect.
I'll look now at some other news from around the state today. When asked who he'd like to see in the White House instead of Mr. Carter, he replied, Harry Truman. And when we come back, Bill Britt begins his special series on one of the major causes of accidents in Palm Beach County. Please stay with us.
There are any number of reasons why traffic accidents happen, among them human error, drinking and driving, mechanical failure even. But face it, a lot of them happen just because of rotten road conditions. And tonight, Bill Britt begins a special series highlighting some of the more dangerous intersections throughout Palm Beach County and what's being done to make them safer.
The beauty of Palm Beach County certainly makes traveling by car enjoyable. And worse start tomorrow. Bill Britt, TV5 Action News.
And after what we saw at the top of the show, what's going on up in the Northeast with weather, no matter what Barbara Sloan tells us, it's going to sound good. She'll be back with the entire forecast in just a moment. Today was the beginning of the yearly Heart Fund drive. Volunteers began canvassing neighborhoods, and if they haven't been to your home yet, they will, because the campaign covers all of Palm Beach and Martin counties. Last year, the Heart Association raised more than $108,000 going door to door. Did a great job. They'll be trying to beat that total this year. By the way, you don't have to wait for them. They say they'll be more than happy to take your contribution any way you can get it to them. Might call the Heart Association to find out how you can donate. 655-8155 is the number.
There you go. We'll give that one again just real quickly, that number.
655-8155. That's the Heart Association in West Palm Beach.
Barbara says the weather tomorrow should be fairly good.
Not too bad. A little bit cooler, a few clouds around, but it should be, all in all, a pretty good day.
Very good. Not anything like they've got up north. I'm really...
And that's moving out,
I
too.
can't say enough, to be sorry for those people.
Yeah.